What a day. What a day. Excuse me, I would like to record. Thank you. Y'all, I am stressing. Today is the last day before the move. Um, I would say about a third of my stuff has been packed, as in like put in my car, which sounds great in theory. Unfortunately, it might not all fit, which is a very real possibility. But we are going to see what happens and how it all plays out. Um, so I have luckily like pretty much after the stream today, I'm going to be have to like get all the cables taken care of. I'm gonna have to remind myself what the fuck I did to connect my laptop to my computer. So I'm gonna have to do some notepad, document some pictures on that one. Everything else should be pretty easy. There's just there's just concerns. Before I start, I just kind of want to talk about it, just like as a little bit like just chatting sort of thing. Here, let's get into games that way we at least have like music. Um, I'm having the same like fears that I had last time, like when I moved here to where I am right now, where like, are my consoles are gonna get crushed? Am I gonna have to fix some things? Am I gonna have to bring it in for repairs? Do I have enough room? Like all those sort of questions. And luckily nothing broke when I was in my previous move, but I drove incredibly safe and really slow. Um, which like is what it is. This time I am still gonna be driving like super cautiously and super slow, but I'm also like just worried, I guess. I guess that's the best way to put it, is I'm just like really worried. Which I mean it is what it is at the end of the day. What can you do? What can you do? Um it's fun stuff. Definitely is fun stuff. So just for like clarity on like what else I have to do. I have a few more bags to pack. I have to actually take down my desk, and I'm being told by family to do everything I can to try to get the desk to fit in the car. Which broken down, like I'm looking at all the individual parts here, broken down, there actually is like a chance that it will fit. Like I'm seeing all like these small pieces and everything. The metal beams might be an issue, but I'm just gonna kind of have them as like close to the door as possible. So I don't think the desk is gonna be as bad as I'm thinking. Really, the biggest concern are the monitors. Because previously when I moved, I had 3 small monitors. They're all different sizes, but they're all small. Now I have this giant monitor in the middle that I have to, take care of. I have to wrap that up with bubble wrap, and like, it's stressful. It's stressful. I should be. This is what I should be saying. I should be right now just finishing getting everything put in that car. Um, that's what I should be doing. But obviously with me streaming right now, that is not the case. I did promise there would be a stream on Sunday, the day before the move, and I'm going to stick to that. I did want to stream yesterday. I did want to stream all this week. That is absolutely a truthful statement. But let's just say that this week is, for anyone who has moved, it has been, you probably know the stresses that come in, especially if you're moving across states, especially if you're moving to some place that you're not sure how it's all going to go. Like when I was moving to Washington, I think I streamed every single day leading up to it because I was excited, I was ready, and I was in like such a good headspace. Now, that we're here and we're at, this point, it's rough. Because I'm moving to a place where I'm glad I'm going to be seeing some friends of old times. Like, that's cool. But also at the same time, I'm going to be in a place that I don't want to be in. I'm going to be, like, not the happiest, And being around some people who don't want me to do what I enjoy and think I should just give up on everything. It's rough, but excuse me. Gosh, I'm just sneezing a bunch. Sorry, yesterday I was just around a dog. Sorry. I'm going to be sneezing quite a bit too. So, yesterday I want to talk about real quick. Just so that way, this is like weird because it's going to be on a record on a live stream that maybe people watch as a VOD. I'm not sure, but we'll see. I got to hang out with my old manager yesterday and some of her friends. Really fun time. We got to play a few board games. We royally fucked up playing Mysterium, and I just, I was tired. I was kind of just so out of it. My social battery was at an all-time low. Especially with all the stress, and I'd had to show up late because things going on. And she also has like a giant dog, so I'm like dying while I'm there. But she told me some very interesting information, stuff I've kind of talked about on stream, but it's weird getting the validation, but also really concerning getting the validation, I guess is the best way to put it. For context, for those who are new here or don't know, prior to me leaving to move to different state, the previous job I had to put in a 2-month notice because I was under the impression... Hold on. I'm being texted about the move too. Sorry. Fucking hell. So I put in a 2-month notice because I was under the impression that I was probably on the verge of getting fired after some other employees got fired. And I didn't think it was fair. I didn't think it was good, but whatever. I was just going to roll with the punches and see what happens. Me putting in that 2-month notice saved my butt. 1000% saved my butt. Because I was not in the clique, let's just say, the quote-unquote clique of some really high-up managers, they were already trying to ask my manager to fire me and somebody else, specifically because they wanted us to take the blame for some things that were going on, which were just categorically untrue. I didn't care about what was happening to me, per se, because I knew I was doing the right work and I knew I was getting things right. There are some things that, sure, I probably kind of skirted the line on, but I still got it all taken care of, and we're making money, so, like, that's fine. The other person absolutely should not have been in the line of fire just because they were new and still getting used to their job. It should never be grounds of firing. It's just fucked up. It pisses me off. But she refused to, so that sudden firing of her was because she wouldn't fire us. And then when the new manager came in, it sounds like that they were hell-bent on trying to fire me. I saved myself with the 2-month notice, and then I think they were going to try to fire the other person, the new person. However, I think with a few other people like voluntarily leaving for reasons whether they're true or not, I think it actually like in turn saved her job, but now she's been super stressed. And I just feel bad about the whole thing. But at the same time, I'm like, holy fuck. I like dodged major bullets. Also turns out that like the person like who kind of like mostly focuses on the company, he apparently just never liked me from the get-go until I talked to him at a different office, and then it changed his mind to where while I was in the process of leaving, they and I can't believe this, they were considering trying to have me like get bumped up to like a manager role. So I think he was told, and I'm not going to place any of the blame on him, even though I know my old manager does. For that guy who like was also trying to like spearhead it, I think he was just misinformed. I think he was told incorrect statements from his friend who was the person right below him. And as a result, took that at face value, did never talk to me, just kind of assumed. After talking to me, realized, holy shit, this guy knows what he's doing. He understands everything that's going on. There's a reason why we sent him over to here. Gotcha. Should he have double checked to make sure that the claims are true? Absolutely. Are people going to? No, they never do. But that's, you know, that's neither here nor there. Like, that's just what happens, right? That did save me for a moment, but I think it was just inevitable it was going to happen. And I think they were going to rehire everyone in that office, or like hire just brand new people in that office, just to get like everyone to be fresh, so that way they can just kind of make it their own unique stuff. Downside for that, as I found out, is that most people have left that office as a patient base, as a clientele, because of so many different reasons I just don't want to go over. But it kind of, it gives me like that validation that I guess it was a right thing for me to leave. I saved myself all the way until February, but had I not done that, I probably would have been gone by December, which is a terrifying thought to think of. Like, absolutely terrifying. That had I not foreseen that, I would have been let go early because of no fault of my own. Just because I wasn't in a clique. Like, that's just insane to me. So it was kind of like a breath of fresh air yesterday, just kind of getting that, like, that confirmation, I guess is the best way to put it. So, yeah. As far as job and where I'm moving to, nope. I got ghosted on some interviews. I have a friend who's going to try to get me with her company, so here's hoping that I'll have like at least some income after I move, but we're kind of skating on thin ice right now. So I have some people to talk to, I have some things to organize and go from there. So that's everything I wanted to talk about real life stuff. So let's talk ZA. I got some things to show y'all. Ignore the berserkers. Let's go. So I have reorganized this to show alphas, and if they are a shiny alpha, they are put into the alpha section, and then the shiny section has been shortened. So I've done that for quite a few of these. You can see like Alpha Pidgeotto, Alpha Fletchender, Fletchling. There's a few others that like you can see, like we got Litleo right here. The RAR XD. is also goes up there. Like, so we're making our plays there. So I did start moving quite a few of them forward. Some big news that's happened in the meantime. We're pretty much almost done with the alphas. We are missing like a few. The ones that we're missing, we probably won't get today, but just to kind of let y'all know, we're missing Galarian, Farfetch'd, and Surfetch'd. Right here, we're missing Cryogonal, which I haven't ever seen a Cryogonal, and after doing some research, it's apparently a very low spawn, for 3-star ice dimensions. We might see one, we're hoping, but, you know, never know. We do have Gibbeghouls. We do have some Gibbeghouls here, and then Goldengo will be here. It'll happen in due time. But we also have Frigibax, Arctibax, and Baxcalibur. I have seen them. We will see them here shortly. They'll make more sense later. But I'll explain why we don't have those yet. They can only be gotten in 5-star Ice and Dragon dimensions from the special scans, so they're pretty rare, but it is what it is. The Torchic line I've never seen, which is crazy. Like, it's so funny that I've just never seen the Torchic line, but I've seen like the Trico and the Mudkip line. Like, that's hilarious to me. Feebas in my low tick is gonna be a goal for today because we still have one side mission that involves Feebas, and I saw Feebas immediately, hence the shiny Feebas we got like way early. But they've just never showed up again, so we're gonna probably kind of gun for that today. We also have Chingling and Chimecho, which, looking at this, Chingling and Chimecho are supposed to be right here, so I'm actually supposed to move these all down one. But I'll worry about that. Actually, yeah, no, they're only supposed to be down here, because then Purloin's right there, yeah, okay. Lipard's right here, I just haven't bothered. It's always showed up, I've just never seen it. We've battled Morpeko, but I've never caught one. I think I've just never cared enough to. So that's fine. Squawkabilly Blue and Squawkabilly White, I still need to get. I've only seen one Squawkabilly dimension. Seems like they're just like a rarity, 1-star, where it's just only Squawkabillies and just destroys your brains. And then Mastiff and Babostiff. I think they're dark type dogs. I've just never seen them. That's it. And then Galarian Stunfisk, which is right here. Now, legendary-wise, we have not seen Cobalion, Terrakion, Virizion, or Keldeo, which are these 4 right here. But the astute of you may have noticed that there is a shiny Latias and mint cream the shiny Latios. For the first time ever, I have decided to grind the shiny legendaries. For the video I'll be making for this game, I didn't record catching them because... So, I thought about it, right? I really did think about this, because I was like, oh, okay, so mint cream and I think it was like vanilla cream or like caramel. I don't remember what I was going to name this Latias, but I'm still thinking about it. I think people for like a video would want to see like my reactions to like shiny legendaries and stuff. Or like any of like the really rare shinies that I've like gotten over the time, like the shiny alphas or something. I don't know, but like, I'm gonna be honest, there's no point for me to record me catching the shiny legendaries of Latios, and then also Cobalion, Terrakion, and Virizion. I'm gonna be completely honest, it is not exciting in the slightest. When the Latios showed up, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Caught it in like 1 catch. And then Latios showed up after, like, this was after like an hour, maybe. This was after 2. I was just watching a stream with Sparks. And then after Sparks left the call, they showed up. So, and I was messing with Sparks the entire time. But the funny thing, and Sparks pointed this out, anytime I sounded super excited, like that I got a shiny Latias, immediately he knew it was fake. Because he was like, there's no way you care enough for this. And very true. But when I was like, oh, look, shiny Latias, then he like scanned the screen to be like, where? I'm like, okay, I see. So yeah, like when this showed up, I was like, all right, cool. Saved, walked up, caught it, and just walked away. It's not interesting. So it's why I didn't like record either of these two catchers. And it's gonna be the same for the three Swords of Justice, I think is what they're called. Like, it's not exciting. It's just me. I'll reset every now and again, do some pull up something on the side, catch it, move on. The only other legendary missing else after that's Begarnia, but we'll be getting that today. As far as shinies go, speaking of which, we have a lot of them. I don't have a Gengar for some reason. You'll see some holes. They'll get filled up in due time. This one's gigantic because Furfrou exists. Weirdly, the hardest thing to get is a shiny Furfrou, so I don't know why. I do need to move Klotzer over there. Yeah, there's just a few. Nothing too crazy. I did finally get like a shiny Amaura. It's not too bad. And then I just last night got the the Beldum lines. That was cool. But yeah, maybe we have Surfetch'd, we have Galarian Farfetch'd. Like we have a lot of cool ones. And then I did also get shiny Gimmighoul and Goldango. That it was like immediate, so that was really cool. And then also Frigibax, Arctibax, and Baxcalibur. I did get shinies of all of those. Hence why I didn't get the alphas, because I was just grinding them. I don't foresee this taking too long. I mean, you'll see like there's sure a bunch of gaps and everything, but I'm kind of more so going in order. So like right now I've been trying to get a shiny Ghastly so I can get a Gengar. I've been trying to get a Vanillite. I was trying to get... Who was here? Who is here, actually? Let me see. This one is Absol. That makes sense. I kind of need that. And then Slowking. Like, I'm just kind of taking it page by page. If a dimension shows up that's like, oh, here's like Furfrou or Kangaskhan or something that I need, then sure, I'll go after it. But for the most part, I'm just been looking for just the ones I need on the specific pages. Weirdly enough, the gap between Metagross and Pavilion shouldn't be there. It really shouldn't, because I was like keeping these aside for like shiny legendaries. We don't need to worry about that for now. I'll talk about that later. But yeah, so completing this game is going to involve getting all the shinies of every single type of Pokemon. Alphas, I'm kind of just doing it just because, but based on what is happening with Pokemon Champions, which is something else I want to talk about before we move forward, I think getting all of the alphas is a mistake, which I'll talk about here in a moment. But I do want to get all the shinies because I would consider that for 100%. And I will say that getting the alphas does count for 100% because it does show, it does show like the alpha symbol showing that you have gotten an alpha. That's what a loud noise. But yeah, like I want to make sure that each one has like the alpha symbol. The marine pattern, it's not going to have a shiny, but that's because it's purely unique. So yeah, we will be doing that as time goes on. That's gonna be all done off stream. Like, I'm not gonna bore y'all with catching shinies. There might be a stream where we just do like a podcast stream, talk to some friends while I'm doing the grind. But for the most part, this is just gonna be done off stream because, frankly, it's not exciting to see me just be like, oh, cool, another Furfrou. Oh, cool, freaking Kangaskhan. Oh, cool, an Absol. Like, I'm not gonna be popping off or anything, which is what people want to see, and I'm just not that type of person. So, yeah. So the reason that this is the last... But yeah, I have to do that. Fuck my life. Whatever. The reason why this is the last ZA stream for now is because we're going to wrap up everything else that I need to do. This was a special scan. I guess we could do it. It's here. I don't need anything super crazy. I made like a whole bunch of just random donuts. It's not too crazy. Sure, we'll just do this one. I just made a bunch of donuts so that way I can just keep jumping in. I'm gonna be so real with y'all. I think this is gonna be a hot fucking take. Let it be known. I think that it is useless to do, I think it's useless to do. Wow, my brain just stopped. I'm so sorry. The shiny fucking donut shits. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry, cursing, whatever. I let it be known that I think it's dumb. Except for the 3 power, but the 3 power is also dumb in the wrong way. Well, that's cool. So here's the gist, okay? We have oh, you heal, that's cool. So there's all the different types of donuts, and you'll see like there's a bunch of people who are just touting, hey, you know, you need to be, if you're gonna be shiny hunting, 1000% you have to get the best donuts. You have to keep resetting for the donuts, this, that, and the other. Like it's a big difference. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Bullshit. Straight up. Kids call them bullshit. If you get a 3-star donut of a particular type, yes, use that. I don't care what anyone says, use the 3-star one. And the reason I want to use the 3-star one is because the 3-star one guarantees a shiny when you go into a Mega Dimension. It's a guaranteed shiny. There's no, you know... I'm going to see if I can stick by you because I don't want to fight a Scovillain. Yeah, it's... If you want a guaranteed shiny, get the 3-star one and then hope that your spawn is good. There's videos out there that are showing like, hey, if you get a 3-star, like, yeah, you could just reset and you might be able to get something else. This seems awful. Let's do this. Ow. This cake's fire though, so we should be fine. There we go. We'll do a Absol, that's fine. Yep. The bread traders are the best ones. So, if you do a 3-star donut, cool, you're guaranteed a, you're guaranteed to have a... Sorry, this is terrifying. I hope you live. You do. That's cool. Sorry, these trainers are like the craziest. Save. Also, we save cheese these now because I don't want Seeds of Mastery. Yeah, you can go fuck yourself. I don't want Seeds of Mastery. My brain's everywhere. I'm so sorry, chat. Sweet donuts. 3-star legendary or 3-star shiny. Great. You get a free shiny, but you can keep resetting it. Okay. The problem is I don't think the reset completely works, and the reason I say that is because I tried to reset to get a shiny Trico with a 3-star grass, and I tried for so long and never worked. Not once. It didn't work. And I followed a bunch of the YouTube tutorials, double checked that I wasn't doing anything wrong. No, I very much don't think that it does anything. Like, if whatever you get is what you're gonna get. Horse curse, that's cool. Hooray! Give me all of those. Does this actually go up to the top? It doesn't. I also don't know where the gold ball's gonna be. I'm so bad at the gold balls in this one. Yeah, so people have been saying though, like touting up and down, you have to use the oh, there it is. You have to use the whatever it's called, like you absolutely have to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like you need to use those donuts if you're gonna like actually have a chance to get shinies. That's BS. Don't listen to anybody who's telling you to do that. Get a 3-star one if you really just are like you have the best chance to get a shiny. Because you're guaranteed one with the 3-star one. But like sure, it increases your chances, but it's increased chances, sure. It could be a little bit faster. In my experience, and I might just be biased because I'm lucky beyond all belief, it doesn't really change too much. Like I didn't. So fun fact, I don't know if I said this when I first showed off. I think I did show off Latios first, but Latios I didn't use a shiny donut for. But Latios I did, and I got Latios faster, which like, okay. I get I get the fact that some people are like live and die by the fact that shiny donuts will actually like help out. I'm sure they do, but I don't think people need to keep resetting over it. There are much faster ways to get shinies. So I will stand on top of that hill. So yeah. Frankly, I don't think it's going to take me too long to get the rest of them in this game. Anyway, let's go deal with Mega Pokemon, because I haven't shown off all this. There are still some Mega Evolved Pokemon that I haven't gotten their stones for. This is somehow a Mega Gliscopod, which looks very similar to just a Gliscopod. That's fine. Swords Dance. Oh, you're Swords Dancing too, huh? That's fine. Slash. Shadow Claw. Night Slash. Each life. Holy fuck. Okay. You're a bug. Liquidation's terrifying. I don't really need to. We should be fine. Liquidation's like the only thing that's scary, but that's fine. I'm also not going to catch you. I was like, you're bugged something, so. Give me the stone. So yeah, the stones like randomly show up, so we're going to be getting all those today. I haven't even said what we're going to be doing today. Sorry. This is why, like, this stream is either going to go really long or really short. Like, there's not going to be any real in between. We're going to be getting the rest of the Mega Stones. We're going to be finishing the rest of the missions in this game. And that should be that. Like, I was thinking about doing the Link play stuff, but I'm going to be honest, it's not going to be interesting. Not at all. Also, while I'm resetting, we're going to be looking for water because we need to find, what's their nuts? Feebas. Feebas is the only Pokemon I've, like, not seen again. So. I probably had, like, a whole bunch of stuff to, like, talk about. There's so much on my mind that once I move, I should have, like, hey, this is what you should talk about. This is what you're going to do per each stream. It's just not happening right now. Okay. So I think it's the 3-star ones that have a chance to have Feebas. We're just looking for 3-star waters. Like, I do not care enough to do anything else. Oh, other things to talk about. In ZA, there was... I did talk about the fact that, like, prize medals were, like, your only big way to get money. That's not true. If you use the treasure donuts that give you treasures, they give you way more money. It's like night and day. So, that's cool. So that Pokemon that's right there, that's a Combuskin. I don't know how it's a Combuskin, but it is a Combuskin. It's a Mudkip. Shit. I think I would go for the Mudkip. Pardon me. I mean, we could. Oh, we could. I don't want to. Let's not. I'm ignoring Combuskin specifically because I do need just Alpha Torchic. But also, like, don't care too much. I need a Feebas for the frickin' mission, though. So. Oh, Link Battles. Sorry, like I said, my brain's just everywhere. I was gonna do Link Battles. No, don't do. What the heck is Alpha? Is it you? What in the world is... There's a Delibird up there. That's cool. Why are you up there? I'm sorry. I'm so confused by like all the different things that are happening. Link battles. I need to do link battles in order to do to get some of the stones that I haven't gotten. Who is this? Is that a Klefki? I think that's a Klefki. You're stealing fairy type? Let's do you. No, you're a Chimecho. Hello. You look adorable. You're psychic flying. That's what you are. Unless you changed your type. You are steel type now. Oh, that's so unfortunate for you, Chimecho. You're also no longer flying, so you're probably psychic something. Psychic steel? Oh, you might be psychic steel. That sucks. There we go. League battles. Oh my gosh, Kit, your brain is just everywhere. I'm so sorry, chat. Link battles. You're gonna see the same three Pokemon constantly. We need to keep doing it in order to, like, fight. Or we need to keep doing it in order to get all the different ites. But it's not worth it. Like, it's not worth it, like, streaming it, because you're gonna see, like, Zeraora, Garchomp, and, like, Dragonite or Tyranitar. Like, that's all you're gonna see. So I don't want to show y'all it. Also, I'm really bad at fights, so I'm kind of just like not super caring. I'm just gonna tell y'all what I'm doing, just so that people are appeased. Before, like, pretty much off stream before the move, weirdly enough, because the Switch is gonna be, oddly enough, the Switch 2 is the last thing being packed. I'll be doing link battles just on my own. However, I'm going to get my butt handed to me a lot of times until I get to what I'm getting to. Oh, cool. Well, that's great. That's... I mean, that's cool. I don't need it, but, like, sure. So let's talk about link battles real quick. So the way that the rank battles work is that you... Let me see if it's gonna show like a tutorial for it. I've watched some people play this and I think it's dumb as shit, but we'll see. Yes, I understand. Yes, I understand. So, up to 3 other trainers in a frantic free-for-all. And the trainer can defeat the most of the opponent's Pokemon within the time limit limits. You have to get you have to get the killing blow and like collect items and everything. In rank battles, you can use the internet to take on traders from around the world, yada yada yada. At the start of each new season, your rank resets, different species of Pokemon will be eligible. Yeah, so like, what are the rules right now? Yeah, it goes into the first, like at the end of the first, so like essentially the second. So what are the rules for this one? It's using only Mega Evolved Pokemon. No more than one Pokemon with the same Pokedex number may be used. Yeah, so it's only Mega Evolved Pokemon. And that's what's going on right now. Everyone will be 50. Everyone has to hold Mega Stones and then battle each other out. And from what I understand, people have only been doing... people have only been using, like, Mega Garchomp Z, Mega Zeraora, and then Dragonite and Tyranitar. I think I said that earlier, but I can't remember. Sorry, my brain's, like, everywhere. The reason we have to do this, and I hate to say that I have to, but it sucks, is because if you look at the promotion rewards, there's Blazikenite, Swampernite, Sceptilite, Baxcalibrite, Chestnutite, and Greninjite. The season rewards don't fucking matter, but because it's just Mega Shards, which, like, Mega Shards are the worst. What? Sorry. I saw this and I was like, this is the dumbest thing. You're giving Mega Shards, which I could just go around and collect on my own. Like, there's no point. We just need to get to rank S to get the ites, because these are the only 6 ites that are going to be ever, like, released. So that's what I'm going to do. What I am going to presumably do is it's going to be, like, I'm probably going to use the meta team and just, like, make sure I just min-max EVs, IVs, moves, just check to see that stuff and just, like, battle people. And I'll be doing that from the end of, until the end of today, like, after I get everything packed and everything. The Switch is the last thing that's going to be packed, so I'm just, because what I'm going to do all the way until, like, 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to be doing that, and then that way I get all 6 of those. Doesn't matter? No, but, like, that's the thing. Problem though is this freaking thing. You have to get all these titles, you have to use specific types, but dual types will do this, and then you have to battle like 300 times, which, you know, whatever. And then coming first place. All these other ones, great. Infinite Trainer. Have to keep doing Pokemon Infinite, so I'll do that afterwards. Hyperspace stuff, that's fine. A title belonging to one who has made it through the Rogue Mega Rush Challenge. A title belonging to one who has completed a huge number of side missions. Yeah, we're close. I don't know what this is. Rogue Mega Rush Challenge. What is this? There's some crazy fucking things. Okay. Okay, so that seems insane. We'll do this. Okay, there's gonna be one more ZA stream. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's fine. Ridiculous, but that's fine. I've never seen this before. This seems like insane. This just seems ridiculous. What? How does, oh, the Hellbell is the okay. Got it. Sorry, I'm like reading like what this whole thing is. So you battle all 27 Mega Evolved Pokemon back to back to back to back to back to back to back. There is a proper order. And there's 27 of them. So Zeraora is there. That's great. I'm just trying to see if like, do I want to use like what they see is like the best team to use? Yeah, it's just like, it pretty much is just saying, hey, use legendary Pokemon if you have them, which I'm looking at this and I'm like, yep, that's fair. And then using Pokemon that have healing type moves. So I think we can figure that out. I'm probably not going to use those, but we'll see what I use. But then I also have to use normal type use, so we might do some like stream stuff of this just to get through that, but I'm not sure. Anyway, all that being said, I need to find a Feebas and finish getting all of the other things. Sorry, my brain, I'm so sorry, y'all. Like, I really wanted to have like this last stream be like coherent and like we get this last few things done. My brain's just all over the place with everything going on. That's why like I was like, oh, I'm gonna put aside 4 hours and we'll get through the stream. Probably not. Like, it's not gonna be 4 hours, I know that much. Like, I don't even think it's gonna make it past 3, but we'll see. Because in all honesty, I do want to get everything packed like ASAP, so that way I know for a fact that everything is all set to go. Because that's just a huge like breath of fresh air. That's the big thing. So what I want to do on this stream at least is just get all the side missions done, which I have to still catch a Feebas. Talk about what's gonna be done off stream and then just kind of leave it at that. So maybe not the most exciting sort of stream, but like I said, I just... Oh, and get all the Mega Stones, that's right. That's just really like the long and short of it. What is my... What am I still missing here? So there's 3 more Mega Evolved, Hyperspace Pokedex, and then going into there. Yeah, and like those will be done, like I said, more off stream than anything, so sure, we'll use this one. And then after I get this stream, like once I get everything done, like smooth sailing. I have a lot of stuff to clean. What are you? You are the Scovillain thing. I don't know what you're gonna be weak to. Let's just do Mega Absol and just go from there. The Mega Chimecho looked cool. This guy looks just meh. Oh, I was gonna talk about something else. We'll talk about that later. Flare Blitz. Hit Slash. Shadow Claw. Hit Slash. You're dead. I guess I can talk about it now. So, Pokemon Champions. That's going to be coming out relatively soon. I will, weirdly enough, be playing that. And ZA is going to have, like, compatibility with Pokemon Home. So, with the compatibility with Pokemon Home, we'll be able to, just, like, get that, it shouldn't be that bad. Like, we'll just, like, move our Pokemon over. But the reason I was saying EVs and IVs are not going to, like, matter too much, you know what, we're just going to do this, just to get it out of the way. The reason I was saying it's not going to matter too much is because Wolfie, that professional like Pokemon player, I think is his name. I don't know too much about him. He made a video talking about Pokemon Champions. It was talking about the fact of like all the changes that they made and how IVs seem to be going away, and you can just kind of like alter EVs like super easily. I think that's sick. I think that's awesome, and we don't have to worry about min-maxing stuff. Cool. I've never been really one to do that. So part of me was like, okay, who am I moving to Pokemon Home? Am I moving all the alpha Pokemon? Am I moving everything? I think I'm moving all the alpha Pokemon just to say that I have. Like, that's really gonna be it. What is my... Oh, my first Beast Ball. That's cool. Yeah, so what the Pokemon I'm going to be moving to Pokemon Home, I'm going to be very, like, selective in. Well, that's one. Because, so if I don't need to move the alphas over there for anything, then we're not going to move the alphas. Like, it's like, cool, we got all of them. A+, we're done. The main team that I used throughout the game, they are going to be moved over. So, like, even Zolf, I am going to move them all over just because they are part of the team. Like, I'm going to have the main team get moved over, and I'll also have the main team's going to be moved over, as well as all the shinies, and then Pokemon Champions will be when we like adjust EV and IV values and stuff. So, yeah. Excuse me. Sorry, I wish I was like more coherent today, y'all. It's for those who have like had to do like a long move. I hope you understand that it's a very stressful time, and being terrified about the fact that it's possible that like not everything is going to be fitting into my car because I'm driving there. Like that's something I have to like reiterate to everybody, is I am driving there, and real talk, it is very likely that my car is not suitable for the drive. There's a few repairs that need to be done, and also I realized when I was like filling the trunk today that there's some squeaking, which probably is not good. So like, you know, I just, you know, fear. A lot of fear. I'm gonna take the trip slow. I do have like snacks. I do have everything all like set up to go. Have like what time I'm gonna be going to sleep, so I have plenty of time to get everything put in the car and like figure out how to Tetris it. And same thing with like my computer setup, which is why I want to do it like sooner rather than later, because I want to figure out how the fuck I'm getting this desk put in there. That's really like all there is to it. And I wish I was like more like, I imagine like once everything's like all set up and I'm back, like I'm like moved in proper, we'll be fine, right? You'll get your coherent kit streams again. And I do want to really apologize to everyone who's like been hoping for the past few weeks that like streams would be better, they would be coming back in full form, you know, positivity, all that good jazz, and I haven't really been able to deliver. That is very much mostly due to the stress of moving. That's really all it is. Obviously, after the move's done, there's a different type of stress that'll be there, but I'll still be able to move forward with what I want to get done. So, keeping positive about all that. I just gotta complete the, like, and I've said this before on stream, the drive is not the worrying part. Actually getting there is not the worrying part, even though I know my car's like not super up to snuff for it. It's more, how is everything going to go once I get there? That's the biggest thing. And I was talking with my old boss, right, when I was hanging out with them yesterday, and they were just like, oh, you know, that's like them and their friends. They were like, that's like a ridiculous drive. Like, you know, 15 hours is kind of pushing it. It's one of them just like, they just did like a 15-hour drive, like 20. I don't know how that's going to be 20 plus. It's like, I did it once before. It's not that big of a deal. And she was like, obviously my manager was like trying to make sure I was like taking care of myself and I wasn't going to be like losing my mind, which I appreciate. You know, I want to make sure I'm mentally sound. But I think she realized like near the end, right before I left, that the drive is not the worrying part. It's the fact that I'm going back to Arizona, a place that I've unequivocally told her that I don't want to go back. Not that I dislike Arizona as a whole, it's just I'm worried about being still on bad terms with family. That's all. None of these water ones really should be. Did that say 5? For a second I looked at this, I was like, that's a 5-star? That's just a random 5-star one. But I'm sure like once everything's all set up, I don't know how I'm like dismantling this desk and then getting it re-put together. Like, I'll figure it out, I hope. But that's... It just seems like a crazy thing to do. I mean, that's the next thing. Like, I'm pretty much after this stream, which is why I'm like kind of in go mode, is I have to get all these monitors like taken apart, set aside, and then just fucking hope that the desk fits flat enough. It just, leading up to the end of the stream is just gonna be me worried about, is this all going to go well with putting away this desk? Like, I have to get everything off it, I have to turn everything off, I have a separate box for all my cables of stuff that's for my consoles, like, that's gonna be fine. But, like, is it gonna work? Is it not gonna work? You know, looking at my car, I will say that it should fit. Everything should fit just barely. The downside is I'm not going to be able to see behind me, which might be a concern, but I do have my mirrors for a reason. So that is part of the gist. How do I get over here? I'm thinking about like, what's the best way? I guess it's from here and then just go to the side. Honestly, we might, once we find Feebas, I might just keep resetting like that. I know it's gonna stress me out a little bit more, but like that's fine. Just so that way I don't have to search for it again. So, what is the best? Oh no, it's this. There's an obstacle course over here. Okay. Oh no, you're just underground. You're over there. Okay. Sorry, I was thinking it was somewhere else. My bad. Its brain is just everywhere. Look at all the barnacles. I don't know why there's so many barnacle down here. I'm looking to catch them. That's where they go. Let me look up for Feebas. Feebas, where in the hell am I about to find you? You're Golurk. That's cool. It is in one district in one... That's terrifying. It is one district and one place. You're not dead. Shadow Claw. That sucks. Actually, that's maybe fine. There you go. That's crazy. Just a random freaking time I just found a Feebas. That's funny. I'll figure that out. So it's in a 2-star one that is only in the Vert district. Is that what I'm reading? Where's the Vert district again? So down here. So I'm just gonna have to keep a look down here. So there's just a small chance that's gonna show up. Does my Lodic show up anywhere? That's actually something else. I don't think I've ever seen my Lodic show up anywhere. Maybe it's a 5-star one? 5-star water? No, my Lodic doesn't show up at all. It has to be a Feebas. Oh my lord, okay. Also looking at 5-star waters, I'm like, oh, okay, that's not bad. Yeah, so 3-star water is not going to work. It's just going to show. It will show Feebas according to what I'm looking at, so. God, my freaking. I mean, there's still some, like, Mega Evolution stuff to do, so... We're just gonna keep going back and forth. We just need a Feebas. And since Feebas is so rare, like, I think we are gonna have to look for Alpha Feebas and then another Shiny Feebas, which is crazy that I already started off with one. Just looking for the question marks. Keep refreshing, keep refreshing. I mean, I'm still checking, like, just in case it might not be just the Vert District, but you never know. Nope. It's the question mark. If it's just two, if it's just 2-star, like, that's not that bad. I do have the other Pokemon that we need. We do need a Mimikyu, which we have. I do have an Indeedee, which have too much of, but that's fine. I still need to buy all the clothes in this game too, but if I'm gonna have to do infinity battles, like, that's not that big of a deal. Absol's there. That's sick. What is Feebas? Gotta be one of the rarest fish ever. It would only make sense if Milotic was amazing, and Milotic's okay. I do like Milotic. Nothing. Don't see any. Well, okay, hold on. We see this, and it's like, nope. And then we see, wow, we see that too, and we're like, bang. We have been chastised. How's it going, Cassie? How have you been? Welcome, welcome. It do be me. I'm also in the process of getting a whole PNG tuber, so that's also in the works. Wow, water and grass. What an interesting type combo. What other Megastones am I even missing? It just dawned on me. I was like, is there any other Megastones I'm missing? Other than probably Magirnia. Guessing that has a Mega form. You know, I should give the Mimikyu. That's Halucha. Like, I know that's a Halucha. So let's go. Okay, what are my remaining missions? Yeah, I need a Feebas and a DD and a Mimikyu. And then the Mimikyu progresses into a different quest. Also, the Dedende. Hello. I've got a Mimikyu. The Mimikyu is not that one. It is this one. Hello. You have my lifelong thanks for this. Mimikyu has the fairy type, making it strong against dragon types. Is it ghost fairy? Is that really a thing? Perhaps someday my daughter will also grow into a fine trainer, challenge me and my grandpa. That'll be the true test of my dedication, as it were. Thank you, Volika, for all the many ways in which you aid me, great and small. Happy Mimikyu! We love Happy Mimikyu. They're adorable. Okay, so now I have to leave. And then do I come back? No. But we can go to Cafe Gallant, and then we can turn this in. Hello. I've got an Ndidi for you. It's not those. Because those are shinies. Those are actually shiny alphas. Take this alpha Ndidi. It's huge. Yes, the gallantry. And Ndidi, all Ndidi are most gallant. Gallant, you might say in this case. Now to prepare my superb Lumio skelettes that shall transcend standard Lumio skelettes. I shall call them Giga Lumio skelettes. That's right, we're skipping right over Mega. This is the kind of brilliant thinking and decisive action that is needed to be truly gallant. Gallant. I know. Indeedy, please present our customer with some Giga Lumio skelettes. Jesus. Oh, they're so large that there is no room to serve coffee or anything else alongside them. It's gigantic, oh my gosh. Perhaps gallantry should know its some limits. But at least I still get to see Indeedy's gallant service, and it's something to celebrate. Indeedy, together you and I shall bring further glory to Cafe Gallant. It's such a sweet Pokemon. It's so adorable. I love Indeedy. Okay, now we can go back. I should have everything for this one too. 5 Lumio skelettes. Are we sure? Hello, Jet. Velika, I hear you've been hard at work for Lumios as always. Since you're here, would you care to take a look at this? What is it? It is a Pokemon that was made by human hands some 500 years ago. It's called Magirna. We recovered it during our redevelopment work, but it appears to be in a dormant state. If we want to awaken it, we must find a way to power its internal mechanisms. To do so would require a Megastone specific to Magirna. We had asked Arizona to create one for us, but since that will unfortunately no longer be possible, we will have our team here at Cosartico Inc. produce the stone. Can we ask you to assist us with gathering the necessary materials, Vilka? We will require 999 Mega Shards to create this particular Megastone. Yeah, that's cheap. Restarting Magirna. Hooray! I do have the stones, because I'm amazing. Or shards, excuse me. Thank you for gathering these. We'll have the team get started at once to produce a Megastone from Magirna. Excuse me, I'm dying. It's fine. Magirna's Megastone is ready. Here it is, Magirnite. Please see if you can send energy to Magirna using your Mega Ring's keystone. Sure thing. Hello. Ah, good morning to you, Magirna. How lovely to see you awake. Truly wonderful. Look, I hope we can rely on you to show Magirna the wide world after such a long time asleep. Please take good care of Magirna. Hello. And take this Megastone as well. Magirnite. I so appreciate all you do to look after this fine city, and Urbane as well. Ooh. One more side mission to go. That is Magirna. Goes right after Rayquaza. Excuse me. Alright. Pokedex. What are we looking at for Mega Evolved? So we're missing one. Which... Okay, it's no, we have all of them, actually. Because I just need to get a Chimecho. Oh, we have all the Megastones, so all we're looking for is a Feebas. Well, and then also a Chimecho, but I don't really care too much about the Chimecho right now. Okay, so this is now... It's time for Kit to keep looking for a Feebas. We are going to be here for possibly a while. Hopefully not too long, but I mean, you never know. You never know what's going to work. So we're going to have to keep checking. I mean, it says just the vert area. I'm just going to check all over just in case. The moment we see Feebas, we just need to get one regular, 2 alphas, and then try to get a shiny. If we don't get a shiny, that's okay. But it would be... I don't want to have to keep looking for it, so if we can knock it all out, that would be sick. It's just a matter of finding the dimension. And then I have a long day ahead of me after that. So we got 2 side missions left, and then we're pretty much done. Just all involves Feebas. You see the 2-star, and you're like, it could be there. It could be there. It's not, but it could be. What a nice bench. Water. You see the water and you're like, it's them, and then it's not, and then it's just sad times. That's fine. Just getting the last ones. We can do this. Probably. I'm also looking for 3-star ice, I'm going to be honest. Mostly because I do kind of want a Cryogonal. Like, it's not necessary. Like, I don't need one, so it's fine. Like, I'm noticing, like, I'm shaking my leg a lot right now and just, like, on edge. It's definitely... He's definitely getting to me. Oh, you would have been perfect, but you're not. You're not what I'm looking for. I need you to show up in the Vert District, please. Popping bottles in the ice like a blizzard. Nope. 3-star. Oh, there's Vanillite. Could be, there could be a cryogonal, like, hidden. That's the thing I'm thinking, is I'm thinking cryogonal's, like, hidden in those. But I have to check Cerebi for that. I just don't care to right now. I also have to do the Infinite Royale a bunch, which, I mean, I could do. I think I can. It's not the end of the world. 3-star. 2-star. Sorry, I see those and I'm like, I want to check. Just in case. I'm checking just in case. That's really the big thing. Bum, 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 bum. Water. 3-star water. Not there. That checks out. Da da bum 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 ba bum. All right. Still no. Still nothing. Nothing at all. I just need a Phoebus. Are you a Phoebus, 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 Phoebus? We're singing the Phoebus song to summon a Phoebus. There's no Phoebus, God is dead. I mean, there might be some trick. Usually Phoebus is like... There's usually some trick. But... I just read the craziest thing. Because I'm like, maybe there's like a trick. A specific side mission, Phoebus's new friends, allows you to unlock permanent, easier spawns in Lumio City after catching one and gifting it to an NPC near Wild Zone 2 entrance. Oh! That's crazy! It's almost like I have a shiny Phoebus that I should have given that I did not because I didn't know. I can't believe this. Are you a Phoebus? I like the mingle jingle about the moon and the June and the springer. Are you a cryogonal? Oh my gosh, cryogonal is there. The frickin' rare cryogonal. I don't need it right now. I can do that off stream, but like, dang. Are you a cryogonal too? No. You lied to me. I just want a Phoebus. Phoebus, Phoebus, Phoebus. Phoebus. You've caught Phoebus once. You never can catch Phoebus again. Unless you Phoebus the Phoebus. It's like, I don't want to. Is there more Phoebus that we could find? The more you... It's so funny with words. The more you say a particular word, the less it sounds real. It's so funny, but it's fine. Alright. Good morning, it's another great day. What's here? Not what I'm looking for. Oh. Just sad face. We look around, and there's not a single water one to be seen. There never was any. Yeah. We're just looking for the fish. It's raining. It's raining, man. Hallelujah, it's raining, man. Oh no, I'm just... Singing lately has been my thing. My he, my ho, my ha, my ha. Oh, there was a. Oh my gosh, when I was hanging out with my manager, some of her friends, one of them like has a playlist just dedicated to like heavy metal versions of just like old songs, and it's great. Oh my gosh, because that was one of them. Dude, that's depressing. It's the right district. Are you correct? No. Uh, okay. I got challenged also on something that I like. I maybe life is a lie. Who knows? One of the songs on that playlist was Diggy Diggy Hole. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy diggy hole, I'm digging a hole. And I unequivocally attribute that to Yogscast. Like Simon from Yogscast, he's the one who sings it. He's Honeydew. He's digging a hole. Like absolutely 100% has to be him. And the guy was just like, oh no, this is just like a popular song from like this. I don't know the band. But it was like, oh, it's from this band, and like it's just been around like more recently. I was like, no, it's definitely from like Yogscast. He made the song, I'm pretty sure. Unless maybe he heard it from that first and then he just like made it super popular. I don't know. But like, you can't be serious. There's just Torchic right there. That's fine. We don't need it. I'll find Torchic later. No, I was flabbergasted. So you know, regardless, it's a great song. But like, I think even like when Family Jewels did like a metal cover of it, I think he referenced that it was from the Yogscast too. I don't know. I don't know. Also, there was a lot of rap music being played. I don't mind rap music, but they like were all popping off. And I just like sat there like, this is not my jam. I listen to so many different music, but rap is not one of them. I need to get my playlist actually set up for the drive too. That's something that I need to really get taken care of, because not only with the drive, like I'm gonna be listening to music, I also have some like videos I want to have played in the background. I think with my drive, so it depends on how well my charger is. I think because my charger is relatively new, I should keep my phone charged for like most of everything, and then just having music like play in the background. But if I can have like, I might have like some stream like played like in the background, see if like I could do that. But I want to like get some videos like saved as my like, watch later, so it like downloads the videos so I can watch them. I might do like a Bumbles Make Fumbles like playlist, or I might end up doing maybe like an Astral Space playlist going through it. I don't know. I gotta sort that all out. But I have time. I'm not gonna be going to sleep until so this is the crazy part about all this, is I can't go to sleep until relatively 2 o'clock, or no, like 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the morning, because if I get any more, this is the thing that sucks, y'all. If I get any more than like 10 hours of sleep, I'm gonna have a huge headache, and I can't be having a headache when I'm driving. And if I'm driving in the afternoon, because I'm saying bye to Doge at that point, like I have to go to sleep like super early in the morning. So I have plenty of time to clean, I have plenty of time to pack and everything and get this all figured out. I understand, but like it's still nerve-wracking. But I'm gonna be doing like these resets and everything and getting everything all set up all the way up until like 4 or 6 o'clock. The reason 4, because I have to wake up at 4. I could do 12 hours sleep. And the reason I'm thinking I want to go to sleep at 4 is because I know I'm going to be stressing and I'm not going to want to go to sleep. I'm going to be like tossing and turning and just be really scared, so we'll see. Dude, this Feebas just does not want to show up, does it? That's fine. We can keep resetting. I'm not in a rush. I'm also just worried about trying to get everything to fit. Yes, let me see. Well, I weirdly enough, I have way more room this time around than last time, even though my car hasn't changed. Gosh, Doge and I though, rude freaking awakening today though, because I went out to like kind of get like my last few errands done before I leave, and I went to go get a car wash. Car wash setup really weird, but like whatever. It's been a while. You did the car wash, and they're like, "You sure you want to do this?" I was like, "What a question!" Like, yes. And I didn't realize that they were like really concerned about the mirror. So as we go, as I'm going through the car wash, my mirror just gets annihilated. For those who don't know, I crashed into a tree 3 years ago when I first moved here from ice, and I never could really afford to fix like any part of the car, so I kind of just let it sit. So that poor mirror hanging on by a thread, I didn't realize it just got hurt, like ripped off the mounting. It's still like is hanging by wires, but the mounting's gone, so I just taped it all up together. And they're just like, why did you? So I need to get like another covering on it at some point, but it's just so funny. Completely wrecked. My heart like stopped for a second. I was like, 2 stars right there. Nope. Oh, it could be there. Nope. Oh, it could be there. Nope. three 2-star ones didn't show up. Can't believe that. What do we could look at right now? Is there any? Also, okay, so the other thing to talk about. What is the deal? I don't know if how many people like know about this. I feel like I've been seeing like a lot of people bashing on like what I guess is unequivocally called friend slop games. Like we're talking like Repo, Lethal Company, Subterranauts, Yap Yap. Like people are just like, oh, the friend slop game thing will crash, and or like trend will crash. I'm thinking to myself, is it bad? Like, are those games? I wouldn't say those games are bad at all. Like slop tends to imply that it's like a really bad game, or like not fun, or just like hastily made just to cash in on stuff. But like Lethal Company is a pretty solid game, all things considered. Repo is a fantastic game. I saw Swiftly Subterranauts. That looks like a great time. That's a Totodile. What are you? Nope. And then I've seen some people play Yap Yap, and like that seems like a lot of fun too. Like they seem like solid games where you just have to like complete an objective with friends and like work together. And like I don't know why people seem like they don't like those games are bad nowadays, or like found a Phoebus finally. Fucking lion Cerebi sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. Like that's up top. I'm just gonna go down the street then. Yeah, I don't know. I think those games are actually like pretty fun. And I'm down if that trend keeps continuing and people just make better and better games. I think there is a downside that there are people who are just trying to cash in on it, and when they're cashing in on that sort of trend, they're making games that are just like absolutely terrible. But there have been a lot of solid games in that sort of category. Like I said, Repo's really good. Lethal Company, which I think is the one that really started it all. That one's pretty good. Do we have an encounter power 2? Do I have water with an encounter power? The answer is probably no. So let's just get an encounter power 2 and catch electric types. Well, that's my like big thing is I'm like, this game, like these games looks like so much fun. I really want to play a Lethal Company and Among Us with some people. Among Us notwithstanding, it's, you know, different sort of sphere. I want to play those games with people again. It was really a lot of fun. Repo, I don't know if I'm ever going to get people to play Repo with me, I've discovered. Because I fucking rock the shit out of solo Repo Company. I do need to, you know, still hone my skills to do like 200 level 200 runs. Or like really long runs. Which, you know, people do, and they, you know, you can get max out your stats to just some insane degrees, and like I get it, but I'm also like, man, I could probably get there. Hi Blossy, how's it going? That being said, there's, you know, there's people who I've been asking, like, hey, do you want to play Repo? Do you want to like team up? Like, I don't, you know, I don't need to just carry. Like, I could play with friends, I swear. And no, just people don't. Like, Doja and Allie, like, never wanted to play it, which, you know, it's fair. Doja said it wasn't his game, even though Allie really enjoyed it. And that, like, I can see that. But, like, there's a few other, like, stream friend groups that I'm a part of that they were playing some of it. And they're just like, we're having a tough time, but we don't know anyone who's like knows how to play this game. And I'm just sitting there like, but I do. Like, I love Repo. Like, it's a great game and I'm really good at it. It's like one of the games I feel super confident in saying I'm really good at. Okay, please, do you run away? Hold on, do the Feebas run away? That's gonna be your next question. We'll see in a moment. Yeah, no, I'm very much like, oh, we should play, and then, you know, people are just like, no, but also yes, we need somebody to help us, but also we can't let Kit play. I don't know. It's the sense I get that like some people don't like playing games with me, not just because of the deception based stuff. Like, we were talking about it during Town to Salem a little bit, that like we didn't even like really parse too much of what was going on because there was just so much stuff I'm trying to learn in there's so much stuff that I was trying to learn in. Oh wait, is this close? Oh, wait a second. Okay, we can get Alpha Feebas here. Why are you here? Why? Where'd this Magikarp come from? My dude. Okay, sure. It's definitely far enough away. Yeah, because Magikarp shouldn't be here. Okay, so we just need to keep looking for 2 alphas. Let me move. Hold on. You need to go down here. 2 alphas, and then we need to find 1 shiny, and then we should be okay. So I'm gonna have to kind of keep going back and forth just to see what we can find. Sorry, got sidetracked. But we were talking about this with Town of Salem. Like, there's some games that like I just seem to like shine in, and there's others where it doesn't go nearly as well. But anything that's like deception based or like social deduction seems to be like personally my bread and butter. And we see that a lot with like Among Us that I've played, But if you were part of like Neko's like Town of Salem streams the other day when Simon and I joined, Simon and I got hit with like information overload. Full stop. Like we got super overwhelmed with like even with me watching Neko, the fact that like everyone's posting so much information, everyone's taking it super seriously. And like you, as you're like typing in your notes, like you can't be given any time to like really think, and otherwise you're gonna be like sent up to the gallows. A little bit like too fast paced for my liking, and like too much like being a hard ass, I guess is the best way to put it. But I'm still able to like weasel my way out. I was upset, I will say, and I think I said this during the stream. I don't know if it was during it or after. I was upset at the fact that nobody tends to joke around with their wills or like their death notes anymore. Like everybody just kind of like doesn't read it or just doesn't pay any mind. And even like when it does pay it, like when you do have valuable information that actually does prove a lot of information, the fact that like there's people who completely disregard it because the character that you're putting on is ridiculous, I find that to just be like horrific. Because so we played 4 games for Town of Salem 2. The first game I was a Shroud, which like I've seen Neko play as once, didn't really understand it. When I played as it, I got really confused because I didn't realize there could be 2 Shrouds, and there was just happened to be another Shroud that I just never knew existed. And then everyone like was like pointing fingers at each other and like completely ignoring me, even though I had the most ridiculous name of the group. And what was my name again? I think my name was Big Cowabs or something like that. It was something Cowabs, which, you know, ridiculous name. I thought it would be funny. And I gave such a bullshit response when asking what my role was. Like, I didn't even think. I just typed in 2 letters and just went with it. And they're like, all right, cool. And they're like, we're not going to ask him to post his will or anything. Nah, checks out. He's Cowabs. It's fine. Yeah, Big Cowabs strikes again. And just no one like cared. And then finally, like near the end of the game, someone's like, I guess we never got information from them, but they're probably the Shroud. And I was like, yeah, but also, why did you ignore me the entire game? Like, this seems just weird. So then I lost, whatever. Second game, I was like the Seer, which had actual like good information, but because my name was Pinball Wizard and I was like putting on a whole persona of being like a wizard, and Pinball strikes again. Like, no one gave anything I said any clearance, even though it was when I died, because 5 people killed me at night. I don't know why, but for some reason I pissed off just enough people for everybody to try to kill me in the same night, including a vigilante. So the town killed me, the coven killed me, I think a werewolf tried to kill me too or something, or not a werewolf, I don't know. There's like, my list got like filled with people killing me. And I think I counted that there was like 5 kills and like 5 visits or something like that. But it was only me, so like I was just getting destroyed. Yeah, but like no one gave me any credit. Meanwhile, there was somebody else claiming Seer, who was a jester, very obviously a jester. Like, it was like the most obvious thing that we're reading. And they're like, no, he checks out, he's the legitimate one. Pinball Wizard's definitely the liar. I'm like, but bro, on the top of the screen it says I'm a Seer. Like, I'm dead and it says my role. What do you mean I'm lying? And then finally at the end of the game, one of them decides to read my will again, and they're like, oh, wait a second, Pinball Wizard might have been telling the truth. I was like, I feel bad for I felt bad for Neko in that game though, because Neko was playing a really hard role, and just out of the blue, they decided to vote her up. I think I understand what happened, because I went back to check what happened, and the only thing that makes sense to me is something I'll talk more about later, but Neko and one of her friends, Framed, don't change their names at all when they play, and people have been recognizing them when they're in lobbies. They thought you used your Wizardly powers to lie on everyone else's screens, maybe. But no, the people we were playing with, like, I realized have been, like, recognizing Neko, as well as, like, Framed and, like, other people who are playing. And some of them seem to use the same names. Neko and Framed absolutely keep using the same names, which I am vehemently against, but I'll talk more about why later. But I think what ended up happening is Neko hasn't, like, didn't really talk, say too much. I think somebody recognized the fact that Neko typically, like, that because it's the same name they always use, they would say a whole lot more if they were town. They didn't, and then just got sent to the gallows. Like, that's the only thing I could say, because otherwise it seemed like too completely random to know, and it wasn't, like, it didn't seem like a stream snipe or anything like that. So, kind of hard to say, but that's what I was thinking. Third game we played, Slime finally came back. Third game, unfortunately. I was a Dreamweaver, which is a Coven role, evil role. I didn't understand anything I was reading out of it because I've never seen this role used, but Neko was on my team, so I unmuted and begged Neko to tell me how the role worked. By the way, my name was Lasagna Father, and no one wanted to mess with Lasagna Father. Like, I think Neko died at some point, and it was me and one other person. No, Neko lived until the end. Sorry, this game Neko did live to the end, and then it was me, and no one wanted to kill me because I was Lasagna Father. Albeit, I did get Framed killed because Frame's name in-game is Father, so I had to prove that I was the true father. And after proving I was the true father, the town just was like, yeah, no, Lasagna Father's confirmed. Innocent. The easiest innocent we've ever done. No one messes with Lasagna Father. He has kids, and he's got to feed them with his lasagna. No, it was insane. But the pure chaos that I was, like, putting down was great. But then the last game, I think the last game really kind of... The last game should not have happened and worked the way that it did. It absolutely should not have. Whoops. I didn't mean to catch that. That's fine, I guess. Sure. I just needed the alpha one, so that's fine. So here's what I'm gonna say is the unfortunate thing with that with the last game. So last game was Coven again. I was a potion master. And the entire thing that the Potion Master does, from what I kind of picked up, was just reveal people. And if they somehow end up with the Necronomicon, then they can kill people. But for the most part, they're just revealing roles and shielding other Coven members from dying. It seems pretty easy. My name this time around, by the way, was... oh my gosh. Galaxy of Cats. Because it was going to be... So Framed said that he was going to do everything he could to try to get me killed because I very much, like, turned the town against him as Lasagna Father, and his name is Father, right? So I made my name super obvious because I expected to die. I expected he was going to kill me or something, so I was like, let's just make my name Galaxy of Cats. It's very simple. Neko Andromeda. Neko being a cat, Andromeda being a galaxy. Galaxy of Cats. Easy. Piece of cake. They didn't know it was me. Which, like, okay. By the way, Slime's names, couldn't even tell you any of them. Slime hid so well with all of the names that he chose. It was great. Problem is he kept being werewolf and he didn't understand the role. Excuse me. I very much so, and this is the discussion that I wanted to have with Town of Salem 2. About you have to change your name. I don't care what anyone says, you have to change your name numerous times in the game. At least that's what I think. Other people don't need to, but as somebody who loves deception games and somebody who has played a lot of Town of Salem 1, if you play the game for a long period of time and you start seeing the same names, you're gonna start you you're gonna tell yourself you can't metagame, but you're gonna metagame. And it's so bad, but it's something I talked about with Town of Salem 1. Because there's being a douchebag metagaming where like somebody's streaming, you look at their stream, you know their name, you know their role, you immediately out them. No evidence, but you're telling the truth because you're just watching the stream. You're a stream sniper, you're a douchebag. Fuck off. But if you keep choosing the same name in a social deception game, when you're supposed to try to be anonymous, and somebody's played with you 10, 20, 50 times, and notices how you act when you're playing as Town, compared to Coven, compared to Serial Killer, compared to like any of those other roles, they're going to start internalizing how you act in each separate game, because people will act differently depending on what role that they are. And I use that to my fullest advantage during that last game against Neko and Framed. Framed said he was out to kill me, but he didn't, for some reason, piece together I was Galaxy of Cats. I don't know if he was looking for Lasagna Father again. I don't know what happened there, but because of like the whole snafu, I know we were joking, but I was expecting to die. I immediately messaged him, told a biggest lie. He did not call me out on it, which I thought was interesting. But I, you know, I thought it was interesting, but I was like, you know, that's fine. It's okay. I'll backtrack. And I covered my tracks pretty well. Okay. And I lied that I was an admirer, which the way the admirer rule was is if you find your obsession, I guess you both get like defense and you both are like protected for like a few times. So like I messed with him even though I was evil and like just going around helping my other friends, my other like teammates kill the town and such. But I kind of had an idea of like what exactly to say to Framed in order to get him to like lower his guard to let me be the admirer. I did try to get the Coven to kill him at some point because I knew that he was going to not alert. But we figured in the long run it would be better if I said I was his obsession and then both of us could, you know, work together. The problem is Neko knows to never trust me. Neko pieced together that Galaxy of Cats was me, but, and you know, decided to investigate me because I wasn't really saying too much and I was just messing around for the most part, and found out that I was a bad role, right? But because I had other people having my back so much, including Framed, no one had any dirt on me, so Framed and Neko had to go against each other, one of my Covenant teammates, and a Jester, because they couldn't kill me. And I used Framed against himself because I knew exactly what to say. And then I knew that they were voting a Jester up, so I abstained, so I would never get killed by the Jester. So everyone died except for me. And I'm just sitting there just like, well, yeah, once you start like learning who you're playing with and learning what their general lingo is, you have to, you can't be the same name constantly. And that's something I tried to convey like at the end of that stream with Neko. Is I get it, like if you're playing by yourself or like have one other person who, you know, just likes the game for what it is, that's fine. But for me, I'm somebody who really, really, really loves deception games. I'm somebody who really, really likes just messing with people's minds. But I will use what I can to my advantage. That stops it like direct cheating or like stream sniping, right? Like I'm just, hey, I've seen this person in a game before, they acted like this, now they're acting differently, they probably have a different role. Because a lot of people are like two-dimensional. There was a person who recognized Neko. I think their name was like it was Purple Guy because I made a joke for FNAF, and their name in game was like Purple People Eater or something like that. Same both times, and they acted differently both times, and we immediately called them out. And I think we got them killed as another evil role. And it's like, it's those little things that you have to just change your name constantly. Otherwise, somebody who loves deception games like I do is going to pick up on the differences in how they type. Now that being said, they do throw out a whole bunch of information, and people really try to like back up everything so that way like they get protected from all the lies. The problem is think. So I'm going to continue to play Town of Salem 2, but I think that there is an issue with how the game is run as a whole. So what do I mean by that? I think with the way the game, so when the game starts, everyone like types out what their description of their role is. I guess they don't say like, oh, I'm the sheriff, I'm the seer or anything. They're like, I'm town investigative, I'm town power, I'm town protective, like something like that. And they're throwing out all this information that if you're a veteran player of the game, you're probably jotting it all down to like line things up. But you're taking it at such face value that you're not reading in between the lines. And that's why I think I prefer how everything was run in Town of Salem 1 than 2. Because in Town of Salem 1, you know, people are calling each other out like directly on the rolls. They're like arguing with each other. People are also screwing around, but you can read in between the lines to kind of figure out what's going on. And that's why like Town, like even in all any games, Town can win quite a few times. But in the times we played, I think Town won once. And any evil role just completely swept everything because the evil world would lie and then no one would catch the lie. So everyone's like, what? They were lying? And it's like, yes. But because there's so much information overload that's just being thrown out, I think it like overwhelms a lot of players in that game. Because I know Slime and I were definitely overwhelmed with like how much like information was being like tossed out to the point that I just refused to like read most of it and just, you know, based on how somebody was acting is what I would go off of more than this is the information that they have. Granted, 3 out of the 4 games I was evil anyway, so like I didn't really care who got voted up. But like the one game where I was good, I didn't even read like who was what. I just kind of was like, okay. I don't know, I gotta play some more just to get a feel, but it's reminding me why people don't play deception games with me too much. Why like I haven't been invited to any Among Us games recently. Why I was skeptical to join Town of Salem 2, or even like there's the new game Scamline that came out like a few months ago that I wanted to play. Doge is gonna begrudgingly play it, but I want to get a whole group together because I do think it's gonna be fun. But Sparks and I pointed out that because Sparks and I were watching a full like stream, like 2 different perspectives of the same game going on in a scam line, and it would be weird. For those who don't know what Scamline is, it's essentially up to 8 players are trapped in separate rooms. There's a phone. You're given a mini game. You're given a task. You have to call the other players in the different rooms to either tell them the truth to get points together, or you can lie just to get points for yourself. And it just depends on like the difference of games, right? And as the games are going on, I like the concept of Scamline. I think it's a really solid looking game, and I'm really excited to actually play it with a full group. I think it would be a lot of fun. However, this is a huge asterisk. However, I think I can break down the pros and cons of each minigame to a basic level to to show when you should lie and when you shouldn't. I don't think hardly any people would like really care or really would play that way. But to me, as somebody who enjoys the deception games, as soon as you have one person like me who can break everything down to a fundamental level on how you get as many points as you can, completely breaks the game. Completely breaks the game. Which is why it's one of the few times I've talked on a stream where there's like a lot of people on there. I recommended them trying out either like telling the developers or making it up themselves, finding a coder to do a minimal information mode, because the more you talk to somebody on the phone in that game, the more you can convince them that you're telling the truth or telling a lie, depending on which way you want to go, right? But if you do minimal information where you only have 5 seconds or so to talk to somebody else before you can't talk with them the rest of that round, I think that urgency causes people to make more drastic choices and causes those games to have much more variability. For example, there's a game that's a prisoner's dilemma. If you both press the green button, you both get 3 points. If one person presses green and the other presses red, the green button presser gets no points, but the red button presser gets 5 points. But if you both press red, you only get 1 point. If you're playing the prisoner's dilemma, what you want to do is already identify who is going to team up with you. Press green with them every single time. The people that you're going to group up with, you want to press green every single time. For the people that you are a little bit skeptical of, you want to press red. If you get 0 points in any round, you only press red. You've already gotten screwed with that person. So let's say Sparks and I are playing, and I press green because I'm like, Sparks will both press green, Sparks press red. I'm pressing red every time for Sparks. I don't trust Sparks anymore. Sparks is only going to get 1 point from me moving forward. But to capitalize on that, you want to do green, and then you either want it to, if depending on how you word it, you either want to stick with green to maximize your points, or for somebody you've already done green with, you want to switch to red, so that way you take all of their points to give yourself that much more of a lead. But you have to identify at least 2 people to do that with, 2 or 3 people. That's like the breakdown of that button game. If you're playing with 8 people, and you can team up with 4 of them, and then on the second round you betray 2 or 3 of them. That is like, let's see, 4, you get 3 points each, so you got 12 points. You get an extra 6 because you befriended 2, but then you betrayed 2, so then you get another you get 10 more points, so 16 that round. You're getting a net positive. However, if you continue to play Scamline, then people know what your strategy is, and when you get to that game, everyone's only going to be pressing red. That's the unfortunate truth. Everyone will only be pressing red if you play the game like 5-6 times or so. Because, oh, this is what Kit's strategy is. We've played this enough to now understand Kit's strategy. Everyone's pressing red, so everyone's getting the same amount of points, but they're all backstabbing each other, so, like, what's the point? Minimal information. You have 5 seconds to talk to somebody before you press a button. You don't know what their goal is at that point. You have that brief conversation. Hey, Sparks, I press green. Done. Like, you might be like, you stumble over words briefly enough. They try to get something to say in to also talk to you. You talk over each other. Phone's dead. You have 10 seconds to decide. Are you choosing green or are you choosing red? In the split-second moment, you know, I can choose green, Sparks chooses red, but the second time around, when I call, because like now I don't have anything else, like if I have to talk to Sparks again for another 5 seconds, I'm being like, dude, I'm trying to press green. I please, let's press green. Like we could actually do the inverse, and you don't know what's going to happen. You could start off by both pressing green or one person betraying you, but because there's middle information, because they didn't trust you in the beginning, because of the lack of information, you could go back and actually team up again. You could actually rebuild the Prisoner's Dilemma there, which is why I think that like a minimal information mode would work, because that just screws up the whole mind game. there was another one where like you have to call the other rooms to figure out what 3 symbols stop spikes from crushing down on you. Imagine calling each room once and they each try to tell you a shape really quickly, but obviously they say like one person like lies and just is always saying the wrong shape, so you have to figure out within those 5 seconds who's telling the truth and who's not. Especially if it's super quick and all of a sudden like you call in, it's like, what's your shape? They say circle, what's yours? And then it cuts off. Well shit, now one person's got an answer and the other one doesn't. That's why there's like, that's why I really hope that there is a minimal information mode that they add to Scamline, because I think that will make the game's longevity last so much more. Also, I need the fish to respawn. It just dawned on me. I need the fish to respawn so I have maximum chances to get the shiny one. So we'll wait around a little bit here. See, look at that. 2 more fish. We just need to get 1 more to get respawn, and then we'll be good. And we'll look for a purple fish, and then we should be good. We'll probably go back and forth until like 2-2. 200. Yeah, I really want to do Scamline for that aspect. Among Us, I'm glad that Among Us has like lasted as long as it has. I do think that they should also have some sort of mode that's like minimal information, because the beauty of minimal information is that when you are playing a minimal information game, that like there's so little information to go off of. People make brash decisions, people make dumb decisions, but they can't say that it's dumb because there's so little going on. So, we'll see. We'll probably be playing some more Deception games. I guess while we're going back and forth, I can talk about the future plans. What's going to be happening after I move. So, originally, I was going to be starting to upload shorts, like, consistently every 2 days for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then skipping Saturday and Sunday. That will not be happening until the following week after the move. So, instead of the first one going up tomorrow, and then April 1st, and then April 3rd. The official first short will be going up on April 6th, that following Monday. I think it's the 6th. Yes, it's the 6th. Reason for this, I was supposed to do a whole bunch of stuff this week. Obviously didn't happen with the move going on and just stress of it, so I apologize for that. It is what it is. Other than the Rogue Mega Evolution Challenge, there's going to be one more Legends ZA stream. There'll be the Mega Evolution Challenge, showing off the remaining 6 ites that I'll be getting off stream. And then, like, that should be that. Copia is still going to be streamed. Still have stuff to finish off there. Hamtaro, Ham Heartbreak is still being streamed, and then Artisan and Glimeth. Streams that, like, I started, I'm still going to be finishing, and that's, like, a full plan moving forward. However, there are so many games that I want to play and, like, get through that April, May, and June are going to be a lot of testing the water sort of streams. Okay? There is going to be a lot of different games streamed during that time. At that point, I'll be a fully PNG tuber. I'm not going to be doing Facecam that much, but there could be some Facecam streams in the future. It's going to be like kind of like a play it by ear sort of situation. Yeah. But with the PNG tubers stuff getting set up, that will be mid-April with like the actual like character and everything like that. Um, I lots of plans is what I can say. But I'm taking April, May, and June to be testing the water months, where we're gonna be playing a whole bunch of different games of all different types and kind of see what people are interested in, what people aren't, what I'm interested in, what I'm not. This is just kind of going to help me like with how I want to do commentary moving forward, how I feel about when I play different games, and what the community also likes. I'm still going to be doing full variety anyway, so like if people don't like puzzle games, I might still do a puzzle game because I like it. Same if like maybe I'm not a big fan of like some RPG games, but everyone in chat likes it, I'll still continue playing it. Because I still want to see like games through to the end, and I still want to like show my community what they want. But there are going to be a lot of different games being streamed between April and June. And there's also going to be some video test ideas happening at that point. So for those who aren't aware, there is a team of us all working together for like videos and stuff. And you have an editor who is working on the Dead by Daylight video as we speak. That video, in any video that is like longer form, that has like challenge stuff in there, or like is going to have a little bit more intensive editing, I'm having them take care of and paying them for. Because of just everything that goes into that. But I myself are going to be editing. In fact, the ZA video that I want to do, I'm going to be editing that myself. And that is going to be pretty much talking about the game, what I consider is like 100%, and like what I see as the most realistic way somebody would be able to 100% this. Hi, Cassie. That's my idea for the video, because there's so many people who've talked about like shiny hunting in this game. There's people who like have made guides for all this sort of stuff. I just want to break it down and be like, listen, if you're a casual Pokemon fan, or if you're a completionist, or you're super competitive, are you gonna like ZA? Are you not gonna like ZA? What's the whole breakdown when you're playing this game? And how realistic would like completing it be, or what would everyone's like completionist idea like change depending on how they are, right? Casual players might just want to play through the story, get their team, play through the Dimensions DLC, which frankly you probably shouldn't play through the Dimensions DLC if you're just a casual fan. There's not really too much here for you. But if you're like a completionist or like a shiny hunter, then absolutely it's a DLC that you want to use, because that's going to help you get to like that full completionist sake. But if you're a competitive player, this might be a game that you want to play strictly on the competitive side of things, just to see, like, just to experience like the different types of battles and kind of help you think more on the fly. Like, I think that the battle system in this game does actually help out with thinking on the fly, but it's hard to say. So I'm going to kind of put that all together in a script, and we'll go from there. Yeah. Also, as far as regarding the rest of the stream goes, so we're going to be trying to get one more shiny Feebas, right? Because I need to get shiny Milotic. Milotic, whatever you want to call it. So that's why we're going back and forth, is because we're resetting spawns to get the shiny Feebas. Once we get that, we're going to finish the side quest to give a Feebas to somebody. We will then do the last side mission in the entire game, and then that's going to be the end of the stream. So probably going to be a little bit less than 3 hours is what I am guessing. That's perfectly fine by me, because like I said, I have an entire card to pack. And I mean, once the stream is over, everything gets torn apart. So Yeah. I think we'll go to 2220. And then we'll check to see if there's any purple feebas. Never know. Never know. Yeah, that's gonna be the play, and then I gotta get everything all going for it. I don't remember how this table all goes together. I think these are separate pieces. I just don't remember how. I'll clear this all off and go from there. Gotta get cables in the boxes. If I can get this all into separate pieces, like I do think that this this desk will fit. It's just everything else I'm worried about, but we'll see. You know, I should ask Doge if he thinks if I can get the desk flat. I wonder if maybe I can put the monitors like on top of the wood, maybe? They cover it with a blanket and then lay them on top of that, or put like bubble wrap on it? I'm not sure. I have to talk to Doge about it, so. All right, is this the end? Did we get one? Nope. They are resetting just to verify. Or one of you gold? Yep. There's a gold magic carp just back there. Just don't worry about him. They'll just chill. So. Now I just gotta keep pressing this. This is literally how this all goes. Like straight up. Oh, you know what? I actually wanted to check because there was, there was Survivor stuff. House of Villains is going on right now. It has Tyson. So I wanted to see the season 2. Dude, frickin' both Johnny Bananas and Wes Bergman got screwed over in their like House of Villains stuff. Like realistically, the second place person was probably the actual villain. The first place person was heroic, which like, really? Which I think is about to happen to Tyson too, if everything happens as I think it does. So let me see. What are we looking at for season 3? Who was in? Yeah, that makes sense. Wait, she. Medically removed. Oh no, Tyson's on the hit list right now. Who is... Oh, okay, I know who that is. So... Okay, the only 2 people I know on this season of House of Villains right now that's still there is Paul and Tyson. Oh, they're trying to get rid of Tyson, it looks like, but Tyson's gonna... If Tyson keeps winning the redemption... That would work. Damn. Dude, who is this person that keeps voting wrong? Okay, somebody else. Yeah, House of Villains I've heard is also like really good. Like I watched the first season. The first season was pretty cool. Nana should have won. Just my point. Season 2 was all right. The ending was crazy, I will say. Thank you for the hydrate. So, season 3 seems good, but I just haven't watched it yet. I saw Tyson was on it, and Tyson is incredible. Tyson should have been on season 50 straight up of Survivor, but like he's so over like terrible production. I think he went on to House of Villains specifically just to fuck around, but I think he's done with like production teams for like challenge games, because Tyson won Blood and Water, absolutely deserved win, but then like he went on the challenge, utterly dominated the challenge, and then the producers are like, hey, we're gonna have you do Sudoku. We're never going to teach you how to do Sudoku, but like, here's Sudoku. Which, yeah, sure, you should know how to do Sudoku. I think it's something that elementary schoolers should know how to do, but that's besides the point. But like, if you don't do puzzles that much, like, you're not going to do it. And then he loses, and it's like, that fucked up. And then he's had some issues with like, I think he was at Winners at War, and the production crew like screwed up a whole bunch of stuff there. But he's also like supremely against like pre-game alliances, if I recall correctly, and that was a big issue with like Winners at War for Survivor. And now we're seeing the same thing happening with season 50, where like different people were all like working like pre-gaming together. So some of the eliminate or the tribal councils haven't been making like too much sense to people. And then one alliance, pre-game alliance, is broken apart right now. There's only one person left on it, but then that person had another pre-game alliance. I don't know. It's all insanity. But like, I don't know, when it comes to, I think I've said this on stream before, but I'll say it again. I'm not a fan of like returning player seasons in like reality TV or like game show sort of stuff, specifically because you're just going to be disappointed. Even if your favorite wins, you still probably had favorites who lost along the way, and they could have been the first voted out, they could have been right close to the end, and like someone's favorite's going to win, but so many people's favorites are going to lose. So it's like, I feel like it's not that much of a good experience like as a viewer, but as a participant, put it this way, if I were to say go in like Big Brother, because I can't go in Survivor otherwise I'll die. If I were to go in Big Brother, and let's say we do the typical kit stuff, do my like psychoanalysis stuff, and mess with like people, that's another golden magic art by the way right there. If we do all of that, and let's say get to the end and win, boom, we win, awesome. But then it's like, hey, 3 seasons later, hey Kit, do you want to try to do another 90 days in the Big Brother house? See if you could win a second time. We're gonna be doing an all-star season 3 or something. If I were to say sure to that, I am now playing with 15 other people who all know how I played the first time around. It's not new people most of the time, and even if they are new people, they probably still already know like what I've done. I'm gonna catch this just to get it to stop making the noise. It's 1 and 2. So, no, what one can say, oh, but if you go on, then you have to prove your skills that you still have it, and you can still overcome the fact that you're now playing with 15 people who know that of how you did that first time around. Yes, and there was a part of me that would want to do that to like prove that I know like what to do. The problem is, whatever your legacy is in the first time you played and how you played in that first time, if people know how you played in that first time, they're going to use that information against you. So if you played dastardly, you like manipulated everybody, you got in everyone's heads, and you just like were like psychologically like messing with everybody, and that's how you won, people are already going to be on the defensive of that from the get-go because they already know that's how you did it the first time. And if you try to change it, they're already going to be prepared, and they're going to be too scared to know about the change to keep you around, and you'll get eliminated. You could do the classic never trust Kit and everyone then trust Kit strategy. That is also a strategy. But then once again, as a viewer, let's say if I become an all-star, if like somebody else is on the all-star season, let's say I did really well and I won, and then like there's a whole bunch of people who are like, oh, you're fantastic, right? You were fun to be on there. I'm so excited to watch you this time around, and then you're out in week 2. Then all of a sudden, completely 50-50 trustworthy game, that's fair. But let's say like, you know, you get a fan base, you won the game, you play dastardly and whatnot, cool, and then you go in for that all-star season and you're out week 2. All those people who loved you for like that entire time that just watched you leave in week 2, none of them are watching anymore, or most of them are not watching anymore because their favorite just got eliminated early, the one that they watched win the game. So it's like, I think my favorite types of seasons, I think about, was it season 16? Or season 18? Maybe season 18 of Big Brother? Or no, it may have been 17, because 18, I think Paul was also on 18, because he went back to, or they went back to back, excuse me. I think they identify as they, them now. That one had 4. I think the most recent season of Big Brother had Suri Fields, who was a Survivor player, who also was in the house. So like one veteran player of like reality TV, and then the rest were new. And I think those would work. The thing is, you have to get, I think the way, if you want to get that to work, if you're going to bring in returning players alongside new players, is all the returning players have to have at least a similarity. Maybe this might be just for me, but like, if you brought back 4 returning players, but all of them were known to like psychologically manipulate all the people in their respective casts, and that's how they either got really far, won, or like before they inevitably lost, like what happened, what have you. If you bring 4 of the same exact archetype in, and then mix them in with like 12 just new people that you have no knowledge about, then then the new people aren't gonna know what to do against the 4 of them. And then you have a good like intermixing of like new players probably leaving with returning, because they can't then just focus on one person because, oh, that's how they played. That's how they all played. So maybe that's something to do. I don't know. I'm not a producer, so, but I've thought about it. So seriously, a gold one here. Oh yeah. But I always think back to like one of my, or 2 of my old bosses now, pointing out the fact that they think I would be good at Big Brother. And once again, I love social deduction games. I love being deceiving when it comes to game formats. I've always considered like applying to like be on the show. Unfortunately, I think more recently I've realized I don't think at this time I ever will. Maybe like if I'm in my 40s, maybe 50s, I could give it a shot. because I still would enjoy the deception part of the game. The thing is with my health and just kind of how I always get sick really easily, especially like allergies or just the seasonal changes. Imagine living in that house 90 days and like 20 of those days you're sick and there's nothing you can do. You make it to the end, but like you barely made it because you've been just sick the entire time. Like, that doesn't sound fun. I remember being younger and always wanting to go on Survivor. I remember just being so excited, like wanting to go on Survivor, and finding out that I was allergic to nature, like ruined that. Like full send ruined that. And then I like started watching the challenge. I was like, oh, this seems fun. Like maybe I can get in shape, and then like maybe I could try to. But like the thing is, you'd have to be on the Real World. You have to be on other reality TV shows in order to get on that. I was like, well, the only other ones I would be able to apply for would be like Love Island or something. I don't want to do a dating show. I don't know. They just seem so fun. That's the thing. Like. I don't know, like the social deception part of it and everything, like, you know, I would enjoy that, but like even just the challenges themselves, like I really would just want to do some of the challenges that they do in, say, The Challenge or like Survivor. And I know there's people who like 3D print the models and everything like that and piece them all together, which I could do. The problem with that though is like, let's say I do get on Survivor, which will never happen because, like I said, the allergy thing. But if I do go on Survivor, it's already been proven. I think, was it Charlie? I think it was Charlie and maybe somebody else. They made 3D models of the puzzles, and because they made 3D models of the puzzles and knew that the Survivor producers reuse puzzles, they were able to like win a lot of the challenges super fast. Because they openly admitted that they had a copy of the puzzle in their house. Like, I think the big one that really, like, set the producers off to, like, have to change all of it, it was somebody who they solved, like, this, it was like a 6-piece, or I think it's a 6-piece puzzle to build a pyramid. And it's supposed to be like a brain teaser. That's fair, but they did it in like a different way, so that was more Survivor, and you had to think about it a little bit more. But they already used it the past like 7 or 8 seasons. So they just took stills of the show, looked at the puzzle, 3D printed a copy of the puzzle, and then just kept rebuilding it. So when they got on the show and they got to that, they saw what they needed to do, they said, hey, I'm going to just do the puzzle. It could just be me doing the puzzle. It's fine. And they did it in like 10 seconds flat. They straight up did the puzzle in like 10 seconds flat. And then they turned to Jeff Probst and they're like, yeah, I have a copy of this puzzle in my house. I 3D printed of it, so I knew exactly what to do. And like, I remember watching the clip of it and Jeff just looking like a little surprised, like trying to be nice about it, but you can kind of see that he's just like, huh. But yeah, no, there was if you're interested in Survivor or like just game, like those type of games in general, I highly recommend watching a channel called Peridium. They cover like a whole bunch of like the challenges and stuff, and they have a series where they talked about reused games from previous seasons to see, like, if you were on a Survivor season, which puzzles or which challenges should you try to, like, copy. And they found, like, there's quite a few puzzles that you could just easily 3D print, and they talked about the fact that, like, it was openly admitted that some people, like, 3D printed them. But there was one where, like, oh my gosh, what it was like, there's a dial combination that's needed for a, yeah, you have to solve a dial combination for to open a lock, and it's just three numbers, but like the numbers could be like 2 digits. So it could be like 10, 7, and like 36, like something like that. And one of their viewers found he posed the question of asking if it was possible, but one of his viewers found for him by looking at all of the previous, like, what is it called? All of the previous like challenges that the dial has been used in, and found out that the combination on them was exactly the same like 5 seasons in a row. And then I think like there was a season where somebody just casually put it in, and then that way they have everyone like put a tarp on top of it to like hide their combination number, because not only was the combinations the same across different seasons, they were also the same in a row. So like at that point, you don't really need to print it. You're just watching it over and over again. Yeah, you'll learn it eventually. But like, imagine just like, oh, you have to figure out this combination, and you just see a contestant walk up, just doesn't even like mess with the puzzle at all to figure out the combination, doesn't like solve anything else, just walks up, puts in 3 numbers, opens it, and is just done. Like, that ruins everything. And you know it's being shown numerous times. You know that there's super fans that are combing through it all, like looking at everything, trying to figure out like what's exactly they need to do. And yet you're telling me that like you still keep the puzzles the same. And this is just an issue though with more of the recent seasons. Like this is from like season 30 all the way till now. Yeah, I think it's like season 30 till now. And it's why I'm very much like I've always been like not a huge fan of the more recent seasons. 1, they just make everything super complicated. 2, they're just reusing things over and over again. And 3, there are some people who say, oh yeah, there's some like really like high-end gameplay that people have. I don't think so. If you want my honest take, I don't think that there's too much high-end gameplay. I think it was more interesting in the early seasons, but that's just me. Anyway, it's a Phoebus. Well, thanks. I hope we'll get along swimmingly, Phoebus. Also, apparently now Phoebus will spawn around here. So, alright, now I need to change the time. Big Brother, I think, also has like similar themed like challenges, but it's never the same answer. Like there's some challenges that come back from like season to season, or different like same types of challenges. Well, like there's different strategies that people use, but like none are really effective. I'm thinking of like Otev. Otev's definitely a pretty good one. Okay. So I think what I need to do is go here. Yes. Hey, are you at Hotel Z? I sure am. Well, I'm at the Corsortico HQ, and I just realized I left something important there. Can I ask you to go to my room, find a piece of paper with a password on it, read it to me? It's room 201. The door should be unlocked. With your password lying around? I know. Just do this for me, okay? I really need your help. Alright, the final side mission. The final side mission in the game. Chat, I'm going to need you to type this out, by the way. This is not the roof. This is not where I wanted to go. Corinna, I don't want to fight you. Map. Rogue My Evolution incidents. I really haven't seen this stuff. It's laptop all set up for video editing. Probably best not to look through someone else's files. Some corporate pamphlets about Corsortico. Main bag. Yes. Where am I looking? Stack of old new papers about Luminos gathered part of research. Somebody's research. A scrap of paper stuck between the pages of one of these magazines. It says GP58J at W. GP58J@W. You find it great. Can you tell me the password? GP58J@W. Nice. Let me type that in. Here goes. Capital G, lowercase p, 58, capital J, lowercase a, lowercase t, capital W, and... Yes, it worked. Thanks, Velika. Oh, yeah. So I gotta run to a meeting. I'll make you a real special curry as thanks, okay? Sounds good. Look at us all talking. Hey, hey. Hello there. Forgive me for dropping in unannounced. Chat, ma'am? I've been curious to see how you all get along, living here in Arizona's old hotel. Suppose we get on in the normal fashion? We each go about our own business. We've only have to receive guests every once in a long while. I mean, Urbane seems pretty busy lately, but I guess you'd know more about that than we do, ma'am. Dear Urbane is a very hard worker, isn't he? Luckily for all of us. He's not just a hero to Lumios, he also has been a great help to his colleagues at Corsortico. That's not true, I'm still flailing around in there. I have no idea how to function at a company. I like being able to help out at Corsortico, though. It's nice doing work for the good of the people and the Pokemon around here. It's neat to see you working hard like a real grown-up, but how's your Pokemon training? Having a 9-to-5 hasn't dulled your skills, has it? Come on, have a little more faith in me. I know Volika's the strongest Mega Evolution user, but I can still hold my own. Why don't you prove it in a Pokemon battle, then? I'll meet you outside, Volika. Don't pull any punches. No worries. So this is the last big Pokemon battle of the game. And we got a secret weapon that we're gonna use. A secret weapon, chat. Don't worry about it. A secret weapon. Okay. We switched up our team a little bit, but this is fine. We'll start off with Altaria and go from there. Ready to battle? You know I am. Got all my best Pokemon with me. Get ready to lose. So you say. Ladies and gentlemen, the final big Pokemon battle of the game. It's Kit versus a lot of... Watch me win! He is Mega Evolving all of his Pokemon. I was warned about this ahead of time. This guy will... be Mega Evolving all of his Pokemon. Can I don't know if I can heal. Just wanted to double check. Okay, I can. That's fine. Don't mind. Plug. Blast. Psychic. Okay, Icicle Spear. It's fine. So we're gonna do this without any of it. It's time for some Roar action. Oh no. Ow. Electric. Wave. And Dark Pulse. Oh, this is bad for a lot of reasons, but that's fine. I'm gonna use the power of our bonds with everyone in Lumios and Mega Evolve. I know I told you already, but I'm glad we met. That's great. Unfortunately, now I have to actually heal because I have 2 steel types. This is bad. Yeah. I have 2 steel types. This is bad. This is really bad. What am I doing? I'm gonna have to use you. Okay, then. This sucks. Yeah. Well, I was thinking that he was gonna have Meganium. But we should be fine. Play rough should win. Never mind. Alright, really? Close combat? Dark Pulse. Never mind, we lose at the last second because I forgot you're weak to rock type. Fuck. Let's try that again. Hold on. Wow, I actually lost the final fight. That's so funny. Let's switch some people around. Where is... Why are you here? Let's get rid of you. And you're also up here for some reason. Why are there gimme ghouls everywhere? Oh, is that baloney? That's on me. Okay, let's switch to... I don't know why I was like, I was playing that so bad though. I don't know why. I guess it's because like I don't use protect at all. Okay. Well, this should work. Plug. We're playing this smarter now. Okay, yeah, you're dead. We'll go to Scar. Go. Relegator. Sneak. That sucks. Blast. Fucking outrage, dude. Let's... it's because he's faster. I don't know why I'm sucking like this right now. Stick. Yeah. Restore. That's fine. Wish almost killed me. I got 2 more. Neck trick. And you're gonna do that. Blast, Psychic, Snarl, All Mind, Heat. No. All right, one more. Well, it probably has like everything like Max EV and IV trained, or yeah, Max EV trained and IV trained, which I haven't. So that might be what's also screwing me up here, because this wasn't like the original team. He has 2 fire type moves and then a fighting type. I mean, I guess Altaria should be fine here. Other bitch might be, Psychic might work. Okay, Thickbird's dead. Let's see if Dragonite can do this. Brick you. You are flying. Yeah, you have Stone Edge. Fuck. Yeah, no, what am I... You have everything that can beat my people. Yep, there's that. Okay, hold on. Altaria might be fine. Hyper Voice actually might win. Yeah. I didn't think I had enough for Mega Altaria, and I forgot Mega Altaria is a fairy type, not a flying. You really are the strongest and greatest Pokemon trainer around, Thickbird. Thanks for calling me Thickbird, by the way. Dude, Dragonite's been such a letdown. I just want everyone to know. Dragonite's been such a letdown, but I've tried using it. It's awful. It's awful. Anyway, by the way, my name's Thickbird now, so I guess that's fine. I don't think I'd ever have gotten this strong if not for you, Volika. But watch yourself, because I'll beat you next time. You beat me the first time. Unfortunately, I just don't have things properly trained, but that's okay. That's later. I'm Team New Zealand's leader for a reason. Don't you forget it! You two and your Pokemon look so immersed in your match, and so happy to be that way. What a marvelous battle. Simply wonderful. How remarkable to battle without holding back at an ounce. It must come from fully trusting your Pokemon and knowing each other's strength. I think it also thanks to my mom. She always believed in me. It does my heart great good to know that about her. Thank you for telling me. Oh, you don't need to thank me. You have much to offer Lumio, Sir Bane. I think you'll be able to do a great deal for the city working at Casortico. I look forward to seeing what you will accomplish. I should get going and not bother you young people too long. Be well, Team New Zealand. You can tell she cares for her Bane. I feel kind of inspired now. I gotta keep working on my dancing. I know what you mean. I got plenty of work to do before I can become a full-fledged designer. Everyone on our team is so free. Hey, would you mind if we hung out and talked a little longer, maybe up on the roof? I'll be up there. Okay. Yeah, so that's the problem with my team, is I think Zolf, Skritzskrar, Snuff and Puff, and Thickbird are properly trained. However, one of them is significantly weaker than the others. And then Larar and this Dragonite, I haven't actually properly trained at all. I used the Dragonite for a different reason, and it did not go well. And unfortunately, Ice is just super weak in general, so that's why I've not been using Big Chompette, but it's, you know... I don't know, I've never been good at battles, which is why I'm not looking forward to the actual Link battles. Skritzskrar should be good. The keyword is should. The unfortunate part is that Scritchgar is the only Pokemon in ZA that has an ability. And the ability actively hinders it. Otherwise, Scritchgar would be amazing. For those who don't know, ZA doesn't have any Pokemon abilities like in the other games. And I think the same thing goes with Arceus. But like it's coded in there, you just can't get it. Scritchgar or Aegislash has his only ability is switching from a defensive stance to an offensive stance, depending on the move used. But when you're in an actual Pokemon battle, saying like Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet, that's a free action. Like switching stances like takes place at the same time as the move. In this game, because everything is all happening real time, it takes up so much time to switch that the Pokemon's already gotten one, maybe even two moves out to defeat Scritchgar. It's unfortunate, but it's why I was reading a whole bunch of stuff that Doughblade's actually stronger than Aegislash due to that. Hey! Thanks for humoring me. Valor earlier got me reminiscing, like about when you first rolled into Lumiose. Isn't it wild how fast it all kicked off from there? Your bag gets stolen right out from under you nose while we're filming a video, and there you are without even a Pokemon to help you. I remember thinking, wow, this tourist is not ready for life in Lumiose. Yeah, you saved my hide. Well, I learned pretty quick that I misjudged you. Especially after you and Chikorita you just met wiped the floor with poor Andy, even though the Chikorita's never got used after that. Your sheer talent as a trainer is something else, you know that? I appreciate that. It's true. Look how you shot up the ranks of the ZA Royale. I think it was when you called him that rogue Mega Absol that I really started believing in you. Obviously, it was great having you on our side, but I started to doubt myself a little. Like, did I really deserve to be leading the team and with someone like you around? I mean, I should have been the leader, but sure, I'll be that. I'll say that. Well, I'll tell you this. It's because you were around that I started seriously striving to become the strongest Mega Evolution user. And think of how many rogue Pokemon we managed to save after that. I know you took point on that. Which of us on the team was the best sidekick, though? I guess we'll be nice and say Urbane. I think Naveen, but... I might be fishing for that, but it's still weird getting complimented to my face. Thanks. Of course, you were on your own when you came to promotion matches. Which group gave you the hardest time in the ZA Royale, do you think? Who did I have the hardest time with? Piece of cake, piece of cake. Sorry, Kobo, I love you, but no. The SBC, piece of cake. I think it's Team Flare Nouveau. I think they were the hardest. Dynamo comes second. I feel like I learned something from Team Flare Nouveau. Looking at them, I saw how people can hold some real darkness inside and still go on. And we even worked together in the end. I'm glad we managed to meet so many people, share all these Pokemon battles, and learn so much about each other. That's what made it so we can band together and protect Lumiose when we needed to. Still, when Angie Floette went rogue, I was pretty nervous up there in the tower, but you held things together, okay? Yeah, of course I did. I knew you all had my back. When everyone fought their way through the city to reach Zygarde, man, my head swelled. And then you even managed to Mega Evolve Zygarde. No one else could have pulled that off. Maybe. Trust me, Volca, you're amazing. I'm so glad we're part of this team together. I'm proud of us all. Losing Arizona was hard, but we carried on, teamed up with Corinna and Ansha, and managed to save the city again. We took care of Hyperspace Lumiose and set things right. Yeah, we sure did. You know what made it all possible? Team New Zealand being full of the most incredible people I know. I'll always be grateful to Lumiose. It's where I met Arizona. It's where I met all of our friends. It's where I met you. That's the best part. Here's the future. Friends forever, Volca. And with that, that is the end of pretty much everything in ZA. Pick over stuff. That's it. We have all of the Mega Stones. The Pokedex is not filled up yet because I still have shiny stuff to catch and whatnot. And I still have, you know, Mega Chimecho to catch. But we did it. So everything's pretty much all set to go. Everything's all almost said and done. Like I said, I know that there are still some Pokemon I need to catch, which I'll be doing off stream. There is still one more stream of this game that we will do, and that's going to be the Rogue Mega Evolution Challenge, which is fighting all 27 Rogue Mega Evolved Pokemon back to back. I will have an actual team build up for that, but I'm going to do that after I get all of the shinies and the alphas that I need. So I'll be playing this game off stream. But with that, that's gonna be it for this, not only just Pokemon Legends ZA for right now, but also the stream and my time here in Washington. So, I have a lot I gotta do right now. I got a desk to take apart. And I got Tetris to play, essentially. So, let me give you all the updates on just what's happening. I said it in the beginning, but I'm going to say it again just to let you all know. The next stream that will happen, that will be on an actual schedule, is going to be on Thursday, the 2nd. So no stream on Monday, no stream on Tuesday, no stream on Wednesday. Thursday the 2nd will be the next stream, and it'll be back when I move in Arizona. Moving forward, it's going to be mostly PNG tubing. There's going to be an actual PNG tube sprite, like animation. It's going to be the cat until then, so just kind of keep an eye out on that. There might be some face cam, we'll see. But it's mostly going to be PNG tubing, and a whole bunch of stuff is going to be changing as that week goes on. The Discord is going to be back. I'm going to be active in it again. I'm going to be posting schedules. There's going to be specific times for everything now, and we will be moving forward. There are going to be days that's going to be just streaming. There are going to be days that I don't stream because I'm going to be focusing on videos, and there's going to be days that are going to be a combination of the two. I have a whole lot of stuff that I'm getting taken care of, and I will get that all taken care of after I move. Shorts, videos, streams. We are gonna kick things off on that. For those who are at the stream right now, if you're in the Discord, great. If not, I'm not posting the Discord link until later on, when like I'll just have like WizBoos to have like commands for it, so that way people can actually like join it moving forward. But if there is a game that's been released recently or in the past that you want to see, post it in there probably will be like a Discord chat or something that we can put it in. Maybe general gaming, maybe general, I don't know. Just let me know if there's a game that you do want to see, because I'm making a list and going through everything for plans moving forward. I'm trying to have the next year planned out until 2027 of April. I'll make more sense as we go through the year 2026 after the move, but just keep an eye on things. With all that being said, I thank you all so much for watching. I thank you all so much for my time here in Washington. It was fantastic. Just to end on kind of a sappy note, I know Doge and I are still going to be always friends, and you'll see Doge on streams, of course. I'm just really grateful. I just want to say this like on stream, so it's like at least put on here as like the last stream. I'm so grateful to Doge and Allie for everything they've done for me, for being the best roommates ever. I probably have not been the best roommate, but I endlessly appreciate all that they've done for me. And I could not ask for better roommates. hope that Doge ends up streaming on his own personal channel at some point, because he's really good and really funny, and I think he deserves the best. Ali is succeeding in a whole bunch of stuff that she's done as well, and I wish them the best. Obviously, you'll see Doge on streams. We're still for Danganronpa, Persona, and other stuff. But yeah, with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. You all have a wonderful day, night, morning, afternoon, and or evening. Of course, my name is Katathi. I'll try to drive safe. I'll see you all next time. Bye, everyone.